Sciences South Carolina, with its supporting organizations, invested $2 million just recently in Senior Smart. 5 of our 6 partners are working together on what is a very important effort. The University of South Carolina, Palmetto Health, Clemson University, Medical University of South Carolina, and the Greenville Hospital System University Medical Center. And usually these kinds of medical centers and universities compete with one another. Well, in this program, the COE program, they work together, and this is really a model for the rest of the nation. We believe that Senior Smart and its research through Smart Home, Smart Wheels, and Smart Brain is a wise investment in the health of older adults, and equally important, in the family members who want their loved ones to live independently as long as possible and enjoy a high-functioning quality of life.
This is precisely why the Centers of Economic Excellence program was created by the General Assembly. It was to create an environment where scientific discoveries can be turned into products that help people live better and safer and more fulfilling lives. And by commercializing those discoveries, we also create higher paying jobs for people right here in South Carolina, something that's even more important in today's economy. Dr. Levkoff has already started a business that's based on one of her innovations. We're going to get to hear more about that in just a minute from her, and just as soon as other people have a few minutes to say things. At the Senior Smart Center, she and her team will work to create similar products that make it easier for seniors to live on their own and not be so reliant on the care of others. When such products are brought
about 4 years ago that actually I was in Madagascar, and Stan Fowler, who was the Associate Dean for Special Projects at the School of Medicine, submitted our original proposal that evolved into Senior Smart. And what a trip it's been. The last 4 years have just been amazing. And to come today and to have Dr. Levkoff joining us as our first endowed chair, one of 3, you've heard about Smart Home, and we'll hear more. The other 2 are Smart Brain, and the final one is Smart Wheels. So we'll be looking forward to additional growth in the Senior Smart arena.
Fortunately, we have the right person at the right time in the right place, Dr. Sue Levkoff. Dr. Levkoff is a leading social gerontologist, not only in the nation, but throughout the world. She got her master's in social work at New York University, PhD in public health at Harvard University, has worked at Harvard University for some 28 years in the Harvard Medical School. She has published over 100 papers, generated more than $20 million in funding for grants, has been the leader of 7 small business innovations research projects. And on top of that, when I called her dean of the medical school at Harvard University, the one thing he said that stood out more than anything else is that she knew how to put interdisciplinary teams together, lead those teams, and be successful at that. And that's what we need in this state right now in this initiative. It's a pleasure to have Dr. Levkoff here this morning and for her to be part of our undertaking. Perhaps we'll have very positive stories in the future that will be coming out of her work. Please welcome Dr. Sue Levkoff.
Thank you so much for this welcome. I'm thrilled about becoming a COEE endowed chair at USC, and I'm very, very excited about the work that I'll be doing at the Senior Smart Center of Economic Excellence. For the past 30 years, as you've heard, I've lived in Boston, and still, whenever anyone asks me where I'm from, I always say South Carolina. As you've heard, I was born and raised in Charleston, and my father grew up in Columbia. I have family here. It definitely feels like I'm coming home, and it's wonderful. I really feel like this is an opportunity for me to not only come back, but also to give back. I want you all to realize how special this collaboration among the state, the universities, and the private sector really is. What's happening in South Carolina, because of the COEE program, demonstrates great vision. South Carolina understands that no one sector can do it alone. no one sector has the scientific knowledge, the technical expertise, and the business savvy to develop meaningful products and then get them to the people who need them. The fact that South Carolina had the wisdom to bring together academia, government, and the business community was a big draw for me. This interdisciplinary structure will ensure that our applications are effective, practical, and targeted appropriately. I want to tell you about one of the projects that I will be involved with at Senior Smart, and it's already been mentioned. I'll be working with my colleagues, Dr. Victor Hurt and Dr. Deb Krodish, to help them test a monitoring system they developed to detect falls and alert the caregiver to decrease response times. This product is a perfect example of the kind of research that the COEE program was designed to encourage. It has direct implications for improving the quality of life of older adults who are either aging in place in their own homes in the community or who have moved into assisted living facilities. I'm also very pleased to tell you, as has been said before, that I'm bringing a company that my husband and I started, Environment and Health, to South Carolina with me. We will set up a site here in Columbia and expect to create many jobs as the company grows. The company has received funding for 7 small business innovation research grants from the National Institutes of Health. 2 of these grants are to develop interactive websites or online communities for Latino and Chinese American family members who are caregivers for their loved ones with dementia. I hope that you all share the enthusiasm that I have about the potential that this kind of interdisciplinary research holds for generating technological advances that can make a real difference to the well-being of older adults in South Carolina and elsewhere, and to the people who love and care for them. I want to thank USC, I want to thank the Senior Smart Partner Institutions, Health Sciences South Carolina, and the COEE program for making all of this possible. And I especially want to thank Dean Poole for having the confidence in me and what I can bring to the COEE Endowed Chair in Community and Social Support.